What is up, my Moon Tribe? I'm Haley. Welcome back to Moon Tribe Tarot. This is going to be for the star sign of Aquarius for July 1st to the 5th, 2020. So take what resonates and leave behind what does not. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, where your messages will 100% correlate to your story because they are specifically for you in mind, you can find all the information for how to reach me in a reading in the description box down below. Without any further ado, I have already gone and pulled your cards off camera, like always for you, Aquarius, so let's get right into it. We got the Tower, the Seven of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So right off the bat, I know that a lot of people look at the Tower and they're like, ooh, it is a heavy card. It does represent some sort of collapse of some sort of structure in your life, be it a job, a relationship, whatever it is. It would represent that you would have felt stable upon this. It's something that would have come crashing down, though. It would have felt like an epiphany of, oh my god, everything is just in rubble. Everything is in pieces. I am not sure how to put this back together. And honestly, I'm going to be very honest with you, in a lot of these situations, you aren't always supposed to be able to put things back together. The Tower usually specifically comes out, Aquarius, in order for us to recognize that the path that we were building, these foundations that they were building them on, were not what we needed at that moment. It can also represent being taken from a period of time that we do not need in order to redirect us to a period that we do need. Now, there's a harsh lesson to be learned with the tarot card, because a lot of you might be able to, that's a fire truck. A lot of sorry, I'm super ADHD. That's a fire truck. A lot of you might be able to resonate with the feeling of, I'm always having this roadblock. I always go around, I'm always building something up, I'm always doing something, and then it always falls apart. It always falls apart. Why does it always fall apart? And the reason why things usually tend to fall apart like that is because we are not listening to our true calling, and we are ignoring something that we know probably should not be, and we are constantly being redirected. For example, I'll give you a piece of my history. I am somebody that gets into relationships, and they all end the same way. They all end a very specific, fucked up ending way. And it happens over and over and over and over again. And it's because I keep going out looking for the same thing without doing my inner work first. And because of that, I have always gone fucked over, where it does not matter who I meet. It's not the right time. I didn't do the work on myself. I cannot handle an emotional relationship. It's going to continue to fall out of my life and fall out of my life and fall out of my life until I'm like, listen, I don't want to walk this path anymore. I do not want to keep building something that is made to crumble. I need to figure out what I need for myself and what I need in general in life first before I can have a committed romantic relationship that will be stable, because the things I am doing right now can probably be fine-tuned in order for me to find something that has a lot more stability long-term. And the solution for me is, for the most part, doing it alone. That doesn't mean I'm actually alone, but taking the time to just enjoy me, enjoy life. So it's kind of, I don't think that it's, I don't think that it is coincidence that I shared that story. I think a lot of you may be able to resonate with that. And I feel a lot of you might actually be walking that very specific path. But don't take this as a call-out, because I'm never going to say, hey, listen, you're the only reason that this happened, because that's not what I'm saying. We are human. We are bound to do these things that feel good to us, and we repeat them because we want a certain thing. But a lot of the time, it's not what we are supposed to be doing. And a lot of the time we are trying to be redirected, like, hey, you're supposed to be doing this thing, like, I promise you'll have a better time off in this direction. But right now, I feel like you are on defense. There is a lot of, I feel like you're being attacked on more than one side. I feel like this energy has kind of made you feel like, what the fuck is going on? How come this is continuing? How come this keeps on happening? Why do I always have to defend myself on this very specific situation? Why is this? Why? Why do I have to keep defending myself? Because I see a need to defend yourself and to stick up for the things that you believe in. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that I do believe that this is a true thing, where, it wouldn't be a true thing, but I do think, and I kind of can see a situation where you are, somebody might have done something very shisty to you, because the Seven of Swords is a defense card of, hey, why did you do that thing, or hey, why do I have to defend myself against you about this? And I'm kind of feeling, and I'm seeing very specifically, that a lot of you are rushing to the defense about why this happened to you, why this thing happened to you, because I almost feel like you think, I kind of see that somebody might be either taking things from you, or that it is other people that are causing this terror moment to happen, which is causing you to be like, listen, what the fuck did I do in order for you to do this to me? What the fuck did I do? And I feel like for a lot of situations when it resonates with that, where it's, why do I have to explain myself to these people? You might not be with the right people. You might not be dealing with the right energy if they are attacking you on grounds that you know are sane to yourself, that you know, hey, like, I am living my life a certain way. I have this specific religion. I have this certain belief system. I have this job. I might be a stripper. It doesn't fucking matter what I do with my life because it is mine and not yours. You might have people that come up to you questioning you, why? And I feel like in part that might be a shock to you, but I feel like the energy around you is not something that you need. And I kind of see you realizing that, because I see you kind of being like, I feel like even though this is a shocking thing, I feel like you're used to it, and I feel like this is no skin off my nose. I'm just going to continue forward. I am going to continue forward, and I do see forward motion. I do see very eager, enthusiastic news for when this thing falls apart. There is going to be somebody that heralds in, hey, if you lost a job, would you like to come work here? It doesn't matter what it is. Somebody would be heralding in some large news of potential travel. It's definitely going to be something that sparks you creatively. It's going to be insanely good news to you. It's going to be a fresh direction. It's going to be put on a new direction. I definitely do see you walking that direction. I just want you to be very insanely careful, Aquarius, with not repeating the energies that you do not need in your life, so we can stop the cycle from continuing. And again, there's no blame here on you. I am not at all ever going to blame you for, oh yeah, you did. This is not what that is. I would just like you to recognize that there might be certain people around you that you do not need, and to take the necessary actions to ensure that these people no longer fuck with your life. And that's all that I mean by that. And I do see good things coming to you. So I think that this is going to be something that you're like, I've had enough. It's time for a change. And I do think it is time for a change, Aquarius. This is actually an insanely good spread to me. I do see change here. And I wish you all the best. I will always be here for you, and I love you. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out, my Moon Tribe.